Hello, this is Ken Jones, your host of Calaveras Gold. And I know you might not expect to find world-class artisans and a studio with absolutely stunning creations tucked away in a little town like Arnold. And you'd be surprised. I got to go on a tour of some homes in the area that have examples of stained glass pieces of breathtaking beauty and fine custom furniture. They are the creations of Bobbette Budworth and Bill Poulson of the W. Poulson Glass Studio. One client with a love for wolves and an appreciation for art had these header pieces created and installed over 2 doorways in their home in Forest Meadows. The wolves are painted with glass paint, and some pieces are actually molded into 3-dimensional shapes. Real pieces of wood are incorporated into the piece, providing a most lifelike and interesting picture. In another home, situated in a stairwell, this gorgeous oval window glass depicts the full moon at night, with bamboo blowing in the evening breeze. A header in a kitchen window has dragonflies playing among the rushes in a pond. Notice the wonderful see-through 3D effect. This kabuki dancer is a magnificent piece. Notice all the detail in the robes and costume. Mounted in a bathroom window above the tub, this is a large, stunning piece. It is named Hiroko by the artist. As a see-through piece, the art becomes a part of the outdoor scenery. Amazingly beautiful. Bill's beautiful handmade furniture can be seen appointing various rooms. It was such a pleasure to sit down with Bill and Bobbette and learn about their artistic careers. Their studio is filled with beautiful artwork, all of their own making. While many of their projects are custom orders by commission, most of their showroom display pieces are for sale. Here you will see exquisite lamps and tables and chairs, fused glass plates and jewelry, screens, panels, and more. These 2 artists, often working as a team, produce custom, as they say, elements for an artful home.
I started doing glasswork in the 70s and off and on had small businesses, and then I moved up here to the mountains in 1996, and then I met Bill and we started doing glasswork together here in the studio.
So in 1986, I came from Hawaii specifically to do this mural of Yosemite, of Half Dome. And I was down in Yosemite Valley for 3 months sketching and finding all the different areas that I just thought were really nice and really enjoyed. And then I eventually came back here to the studio and created a composition, and that took quite a while, and then did full-scale drawings. By that time, a year had gone by, and then I started working on the mural, and it took another year to actually do all the glass cutting and putting it together. And eventually, my whole plan is to do all 4 seasons of Yosemite in glass, and then eventually find a home in a public venue or private, but could be privately owned, but in a venue where the public can see these murals. Because they, at one point, in fact, back in 1988, the Ahwahnee Hotel had for 2 weeks the mural of Yosemite, this half dome, on display for 2 weeks. And then I was, excuse me, and then I was asked by the park superintendent to display it for the centennial celebration in 1990. So it was at the visitor center then for 4 months, back in 1990. And it got a great reception, and that's why I really would like to see it in a public venue. Now, another mural that we worked on, maybe Bobbette could tell you about that. We did a hotel in Tokyo.
Yeah, a couple of years ago we were commissioned by a hotel in Tokyo, Japan, and to do 2 murals for a lounge that they were remodeling. And it was depicting the Boston Harbor during the Federalist period. So we researched what the ships looked like and what Boston Harbor looked like at the time, and put together the 2 murals and shipped them to Tokyo. And then we were able to go to Tokyo and install the murals and stay at the hotel, and then also travel around Japan for 3 weeks. So that was a real adventure. It was great. Although we do a lot of projects together, there are some areas that we like to specialize in that we call our own areas. And while we were doing the Japan murals, I started to learn how to paint on glass. And there's been a couple of projects that I've really painted extensively on glass. The kabuki dancer that I did, I painted a lot of the fabrics. And the glass is actually crushed into a fine powder to use for a paint. And so I've done that, and also learned to do a lot of fusing projects. And then Bill specializes in doing the furniture projects.
Well, in the furniture, that's something, actually, not furniture itself I didn't grow up with, but I grew up with woodworking because my dad was a general contractor, and so I've been working with woods ever since I was in high school. And so eventually I was a carpenter, and then eventually got into making furniture, entry cabinets and display tables and these folding screens that incorporate the glass and the wood, which I like working with both. The woodworking is probably my favorite because I've been working with it for so long, and there's so many different grains and figuring in the woods that I use. I usually mostly walnut and quilted maple, which have some really fine grains. So we work good together. We both have our kind of our specialties, but we also do a lot of actual stained glass work together, so it's quite fun.
So we'd like to invite you to come in and discuss your ideas with us, and we can work up a project for you in using glass or wood.
And we can do just about anything you like. We work small, we work large, as you can see. And I do all kinds of different furniture, big, small, dining room tables, conference tables, entry cabinets. And Bobbette, with her fused glass, can do a complete set of dinnerware in fused glass. And so that's what we do. We hope that we'll see you.